creation, a world on the brink. In the age of sorrows, dangers abound, and cataclysms loom on the horizon. But it is not without heroes. The Exalted, those chosen and empowered by the mightiest of the gods, are all around the world. They have, and can, pull them back from the precipice of oblivion. That is when they are too busy fighting each other. Now, Chills as Aura.
Are you tweaking? This is how I've always sounded.
Korak as Lythander.
I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna play some outro.
Alatos as Gavel, the hammer of the Yozi.
As she is currently in the hospital.
I forgot about that.
And Gamer X as everyone else. So I just went to MagFest, so this is going to inform a lot of this arc. Everyone get ready for some bullshit! Must band together to save the dreaming sea, and perhaps reality itself, for the greatest threat creation has ever known. All this and more on FateBreakers. So before we... words. Stumbling over it. It's been a bit since we recorded because of MagFest, as mentioned. Had a pretty good time. Met up with some members of a different RPG group, the one that's not recorded content. And,
everything's content.
Speaking of content, let me go to my notes here 1 second. Emerald Al-Saiduk, what happened last time? Oh, I hadn't introduced myself by name yet. How did you know? Oh, I'm the narrator. Okay, so you're the one I killed next. Got it. What is it with my NPCs threatening me? This is like 4 by now. Anyway, could you fucking tell us what happened last time? First, I wanted to discuss the societal conditions that led to my exalting in such a very painful way, and scurrying my best friend away from me, and... Okay, I've muted her in the call. She was actually laser targeting me right now. Anyone else want to fill us in what happened last time?
We've gotten to a big fight. We punched a lot of things. Most of us almost died.
We fought Iolda, the Philosopher King. And Gavel took a dramatic injury.
That you did. You fought a third circle demon. It was only in essence when these guys finally got stat blocks. Because, are they're MMO raid bosses, and for the most part, he delivered on it, aside from some really shitty rolls on his end. Even with those, he was still able to pose a threat enough to, snap Gavel's spine like a Twix bar.
Indeed.
However, in spite of all of that, Lythander, Aura, and everyone else working together managed to bring him low and force him to assume his true form of a giant fucking castle in the middle of the arena. And as a result of losing the duel, the Prince of Demons decided to further rub salt into the wound and make him the con venue.
Because why not?
Because he,
You could almost say he's a convict.
Well, no, he is the law. Well, no, different Yozi, but he would say that anyway, even if he's wrong. Gavel.
Yes.
The first thing that comes to mind as you awaken is that you really should be in more pain than you, oh, wait, that's not pain because, I don't feel anything below the waist.
Oh.
Yeah, we had to amputate that.
You are currently in in a wheelchair.
Oh, great. All right.
Facing you is, the woman with the same cast mark you saw earlier atop the Orichalcum War Throne. Her legs, folded against each other. Whatever her issue is, it seems like it doesn't render her completely paralyzed. And she just steeples her fingers together. You know, personally, I always thought standing up for yourself was overrated, but I meant that in a literal way. I was going somewhere with this joke, but I forgot. Your legs are screwed.
You don't say.
And she actually, weaves a little bit of essence around her with some sorcery, and I should note, by the way, currently you're in what appears to be, a completely blank white space. Just you and her.
Okay. Lovely.
Sonic Generations up in this bitch.
You see, I had to send Gavel to the Hell Dimension because she disrespected Iolda. In any case, She makes what appears to be what we in the modern world would recognize as an X-ray vision. Gavel might be vaguely familiar with some variants of Yozi pattern essence that would roughly reflect to radioactivity and decay and other sorts of sciences in the real world. It's an X-ray of your spine. Hey, why do a bunch of the vertebrae just seem to be replaced with sensor bars?
Oh, great. Did my back really get messed up that badly?
Well, the bad news is that no surgeon in creation would be able to help you.
That's the good news?
No, that's the bad news. The good news is that there are at least a handful of, if you so choose to use those again, there are a handful of surgeons who may be able to assist with that.
I'm presuming at a price that isn't regular currency.
Correct.
Of course.
No, it's regular currency.
How did you get in here?
It's debts.
Suddenly, Lythander's in the room. He must have used the Gavel to breach in with the new evocation.
Oh boy!
You see, I was in the room where it happened.
Were you the one behind the slaughter?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just
made
things disappear.
This is a private consultation. Get the fuck out.
Oh, okay.
Do you get the fuck out?
Yeah.
Okay. Instant transmission, pop away. Now,
muffin bun.
A warning as you consider procedures. There is a man who is going to approach you to offer to fix your spine. Do not take his offer, no matter how honeyed it sounds.
Who and why?
I don't know his name, but I do know a general description. And he's going to be of center-ish features. He's going to have a shock of red hair, broad-shouldered, and she just keeps going, and it forms a mental image of someone who looks a lot like Nemen, and Nemen Rulensai.
Oh.
It won't take two and two together, and in fact, it won't take a roll to piece together. One of her kids has the capacity to fix your spine, but she is saying, don't take it, don't take it, don't take it, don't take it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I'll be sure to keep a lookout just in case.
She actually reaches into a pouch tied to the side of the chair. By the way, before you ask, my own self-image, I don't see the need to step. I don't see the need to use these. She says, her legs just kind of twitching. Primarily because then I would lose access to this. She casually taps a button on the side of her war throne, and the back of it unfolds into a fucking hwacha.
Alright.
No, not the Korean fruit punch. Fuck you, Google AI. Ah, yes, one of these fucking things.
I gotta see this. Oh my goodness.
A Korean-invented rocket arrow launcher.
Well then.
What if you mass duplicated Aura's flame piece and put it and made it a fucking artillery cannon?
Strap it to the chair.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, she reaches into a pouch at her side, pulls out what looks like some kind of animal bones, and just casts them on the floor. 3. You'll have 3 other viable options to go with.
You got that from divinating with bones?
Oh, you haven't heard of this tradition. It was standard among those who couldn't afford actual divination. Blessed by the gods, she says with finger quotes.
I've heard of the tradition before, but I never took up on it myself.
It seems to take on a different context here, and the camera scrolls down, and the bones have just shaped out the number 3.
Oh.
Usually it takes more effort to figure this out.
That I can certainly believe.
In any case...
Do you believe in ghost stories?
In any case, the other reason I am contacting you, besides advice on repairs for your back and body, someone's planning something at the convention grounds. I'm not sure who yet, but I think they want to kill all of us.
All of us, as in...
Points at our cast mark.
Oh, yes. I see. Yes, that could certainly be a problem.
Yes, given that includes us, it would, wouldn't it? I have too much I want to do with my life.
As do I, including not being in this wheelchair.
She just kind of shrugs. Well, it's your choice if you don't want a portable cannon at your beck and call. And in any case, unfortunately, the demon I spoke to on the subject was very frustratingly vague and primarily just wanted to talk more about how I could have died in the past for some reason. Very frustrating. I wish they had been more informative compared to the last one I spoke with, who told me how to... You know she says something, but I'm going to need a difficulty 10 integrity plus fortitude roll to remember what it is.
Oh, lovely. Okay, integrity, fortitude, you said?
Yep.
Alright. Integrity, fortitude, that gives me 7, 10. 3 successes.
Your eyes swim, your head splits into a cacophony for a split second, and you come back to attention. You think a few moments later she's looking at you with her head tilted sideways, and you have an immense feeling of dread that is beginning to rapidly dissipate as she finishes whatever tail end of that sentence, and him with it. Huh? What? Is something wrong?
I think I blacked out there for a second.
Residual pain from the injury, perhaps. From Archive Mind... I don't know if Archive Mind Mentality would be much helpful, but... And this may sound weird to you, give me a Fortitude plus War, if you want.
Okay. Alright. Can I use my Excellency for that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna use an Excellency for my War. Now we will be at 14. Let me do the roll. 8 successes.
9, actually.
Oh, yes, true. 9 successes.
Whatever she was talking about had to be linked to the Yozi that represents impossibility, Oramos. Primarily because, thinking back to whatever hazy memory she was talking about, she was effectively... Imagine if you were capable of saying, like, multiple sentences at once of mutually contradictory things with the same mouth. Now imagine that overlaid exponentially unto infinity. And as she was saying that, you briefly remember a flicker of her devil body incarnation. Effectively being, what we would recognize as a Shoggoth.
Oh.
With many mouths.
Right.
And you recognize briefly, whatever she was describing was something so terrible that your mind reflexively erased the few seconds of whatever she said from your head to avoid dwelling on it too bad.
Oh, lovely.
I can reveal that whatever it was, you remember some of her bodily motions, at least, if not her words. It sounded like she was punishing someone via doing something with Oramos that involved impossible things. It is your call whether or not you wish to delve deeper.
Now, what was all that? Again, I think I'm starting to get more of the picture. Just repeat it one more time, please.
Oh no, I was just describing what I did to that fuckhead guild factor.
Guild factor?
You have interacted with the guild a little bit over the course of FateBreakers. They are, like, the main mortal run, for lack of a better term, a massive creation-wide spanning network of traders in everything. Primarily in slaves and drugs.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, so what I was saying is that the blank returns,
Of course.
and when the headache clears, and it was the least of what he deserved.
That I'm sure of.
So, brief content warning for existential horror. Out of character, whatever she did to him is so bad the human language doesn't have words for it.
That's impressive.
And in fact, if I knew what she did, I would tell you. I don't know. She found a torment none of us have ever thought of yet. She may be perfectly conciliatory and nice to you for now, but this is a woman whose bad side involves inventing new tortures. Be very careful to not piss her off.
Noted.
I did say I didn't introduce her in character. One moment. Yes. Names. One moment. They gave me a very nice sobriquet recently. You may call me Emerald Alciduk, the chariot of the Yozi.
Emerald Alciduk. Herald of it. Emerald Herald of the Yozi, you said?
No, her first name is Emerald.
Oh, yes.
We could call her that for ease of clarity and spelling.
Yes. Emerald Alciduk.
Emerald, the famous chef.
And Gizoid. Cream the Rabbit's best friend.
Soul launcher in war chair. Okay, there we go.
Basically, she fed someone to the Torment Nexus, and then invented a billion other Torment Nexuses aside of that. In any case, that was all I had, just sharing alongside some warnings in terms of professional courtesy. Oh, and by the by, that may be a mundane wheelchair, but there is a lever in the side that lets it move under its own power, so long as the incline's not too bad. Something for you to keep in mind as you consider options for the repairs. By the way, I have a panel coming up in the All Thing. On the subject...
Do you?
On the subject of repurposing imperialist machines to aid the populace.
Fascinating, and I suppose quite relevant to my new circumstance.
Temporary if you so choose, although I wouldn't. It's your own choice. Anyways, I'm co-hosting it with a rather interesting fellow, the palest man I've ever seen. Gavel might vaguely remember the figure with, hyper pale, yes, even paler than you, like, as in actually albino.
Okay.
You would also remember the fucking stone implanted in his forehead.
Yes, I somewhat remember that.
Alongside the concentric circle of gears around it. Referred to himself as all-consuming vitriol.
That is indeed a name.
Yep.
Not sure if it's a real name, but it's a name.
That's the name he picked.
There we go. Alright.
In any case. Now, he specifically fought me on the name for that. He said something about wanting to kill a machine god. I wasn't really listening to these specifics. I was disassociating at the time. In any case, I have some prayers to make for the Yozi, and precautions to make depending on what means this threat to the entire Infernal Host takes. I bid you the best of your night's sleep.
Why, thank you, and good luck on those prayers. I feel like I'm going to be needing to send out a few of them myself.
Yes, it was quite frustrating trying to send a prayer to Mara. They are quite the character. Hey, that's the demon who taught you sorcery.
Oh.
You took bargain with Mara as your first shaping ritual, and fun
Indeed.
fact, Mara appears as whoever looks the most sexually attractive to the person. Gavel, you've mentioned, is Arrow Ace. I'm not sure how Gavel would have perceived Mara. That's up to you.
That is a good question.
As the Shin Megami Tensei version.
No. It would probably be the person she admires the most, like platonically, and that would end up funny enough, that would end up being Aura.
Uh-oh.
Wow, and
Uh-oh. That's not good.
not Lythander.
Studio
For
audience
admiration, no.
It's been such a long time. There's another person who looks like me!
laugh track. Oh, you
And
think it's
yet-
bad now?
And yet no one looks like Lythander.
Well, no, there was.
Coincidence?
It was just
I
a shitty
think not.
cosplayer.
Don't remind me of those terrible things, Rex.
No, they weren't that. What made them terrible?
They weren't Lythander.
Oh, right. Yeah, this seems like a pretty good place to see in transition to everyone else crowded around Gavel's bed. Yes, it is. The camera's positioned exactly like Shinji waking up whenever he gets fucked up in Ava.
Congratulations!
I don't feel like exactly congratulations, except I suppose for living.
No, we're gonna have to play Tom Seuss or Seuss or Tom now.
I mean,
Sister Tom! Sorry, you continue.
well, I suppose it's, good. I suppose it's a good...
Oh,
it's
you're
as good as reason-
you're alive.
It's as good a reason as any for applying congratulations. How you doing, boss?
Yes, and also
I feel like shit, but I guess I'm breathing.
that's good. Well, not that you're breathing, but
You are out for 2 days, Nue says.
Right.
How was that all?
Right.
so how is it that I almost killed a Yozi?
It happens.
Well, you had myself, Aura, Nue, the army, my army, I should say, and our allies.
Yes, but that
etc.
still doesn't seem like that should be enough.
Nue does just kind of raise a hand. It was just only one of the souls of one of the Yozi, but it would be akin to saying that you cut out someone's heart. Or you almost killed the heart of someone.
True.
Very important organ you can't really do without,
True.
but you were only fighting an organ.
Truth be told, we did kind of...
Well, the skin's an organ, which we always fight skin.
Truth be told, we did kind of get an assist from, God, I forgot his name already. What's his name? Ligier, yes.
If you count nullifying the temper tantrum he was going to obliterate the entire stadium with, I guess you could call that an assist.
I do. I personally am not a fan of getting hit with anything even resembling that.
The fucking pop-up of what that attack consisted of. 8 levels aggravated damage per round just pops up in front of Aura's brain.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on who you ask, that's not even the most damaging attack in Exalted.
You're right. It's the most damaging attack in Exalted.
It's
Is
the most
spiritual damage that you take.
the most
along the
damaging
way.
AoE per attack, but solar death ray is even more terrifying depending on single target focus.
There's always a bigger.
Oh,
There's always a bigger number.
Oh, do you know what is the most scary though? The scariest attack in the entirety of Exalted?
What?
On 20 dice, rolling 0 successes.
Did that happen to you last time?
Yes.
I think that
Oh
also
my
happened to
goodness.
Iolda last time. You both rolled like hot garbage.
HOTTROLLI. That was terrible. I was trying to do a hot to go parody with bad rolls, but I mean, I don't know. That was a CRITFAIL.
And that's when, I should note, you're on, like, the third story of, basically a brick and mortar, building that just kind of sprung into existence around the stadium as assorted demons and a few, humans that may or may not have questionable agency in construction. We're essentially going in and out of Iolda to retrofit him for the con. This is effectively day 0 of the convention. The first proper day will be tomorrow. In any case, from amidst the crowd, an enormous figure with the camera focuses on a massive figure with the head of... The head of... So, out from their neck is sticking a tiny little body. Imagine if instead of a head, someone had a doll from the neck down stapled to where their head would be. Instead of a head, they just have another smaller body.
Anybody?
Leaps through the air, crashes through the window, and comes to a stop directly at Aura's feet.
Oh, hello.
You've received a court summons.
Oh, shit. Alright. How many,
You have been served. It slams a note of a papyrus scroll into your hands.
Did he mean I would... Okay, I guess I'll read it.
You've been summoned to court for assault.
Oh.
Huh.
And attempted murder.
How did that... That doesn't sound like me.
Of Iolda.
Lythander's just thinking, I didn't get it. That's funny.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Alright, awareness, you said?
Yep. Oh no, this wouldn't be awareness. What exactly are you trying to do?
Well,
Lythander, finesse plus stealth to avoid notice from this entity.
Finesse plus stealth, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let's see.
well, I'm just saying I think it doesn't really make any sense for me to be, being sued for attempted murder or assault, considering
Lythander becomes a
This was explicitly stated to be a duel. I don't... As far
Perhaps
as
that is how jurisdiction works in creation. In Malfeas, you are required to come to court to answer for your crimes regardless of whether or not it was justified.
What do you mean?
you said it was finesse.
It wasn't just
stealth?
it was literally not even just justified. It was literally the request of Iolda, at the request of Iolda, that we duel.
And still you assaulted him, and thus you must come to court. I don't make the laws, I just read them.
Clearly. Well, at least only I have to go to court, and none of you, so...
That is...
Yep,
I probably did that wrong, but
Well-
that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 successes.
Yep, they don't notice Lythander. Aura's too busy doing their normal bullshit that they don't notice Lythander, and thus he misses his court summons. Take your exalt milestone for the session.
Alright.
That is all. I don't see the other one here. And the entity...
I'll take the shape.
Can't do that for a demon.
That's what you think. I use my disguise kit to transform into them.
You could, then, but it won't be perfect shapeshifting.
I know.
It'll be you putting on a weird mask.
Can we settle this out of court?
Pinta Santa Maria. Or Nina. I don't know.
Couldn't we settle this out of court? I feel like this is a bit too
No.
much. Alright, shit.
Gavel, you would probably recognize this entity by now as Plamora, the messenger soul of the Fennec, the core most important soul of Ceciline, the endless desert that you pass through, and the Yozi that represents the concept of law. The law itself wanted to send a message to fucking send Aura to court.
I mean, it just seems...
Goodness
It
sakes.
seems a bit... I guess since it happened in Malfeas, I suppose I would be subjected to the law. But when it happened with Octavian outside of Malfeas, then it wouldn't.
Do you want to do a read intentions on this person, Nora?
Yes, I would. What do I roll?
Alright, guard. Give me your choice of finesse plus either awareness or embassy, and they are going to be using guard and mind mentality to increase the difficulty.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit that with a fat 8.
Alright, let me double check how guard and mind works. I think since Solar's Wind ties, you get this, but let me just make absolutely sure.
That would be spicy.
I could try and tap one of my virtues if you think it would make sense.
It absolutely would, given that their resolve just jumped to 10.
Alright, no scam goes for the caller.
Here's the thing, this isn't necessarily a scam.
Yeah, but I feel pretty scammed right now.
Are there any other intimacies or virtues that would help?
Hatred of the High Yozi.
That counts. Add 4 dice.
Thanks, Ouroboros.
Let's see him.
Alright, that's 2. Solar's Wind ties.
And Solar's Wind ties.
Wow.
Good start.
Even if you have no idea who the fuck this is, you immediately pick up on, okay, wait, this person is actually ridiculously skilled at intrigue. The fact that they don't have a face means that you can't read their facial expressions because there's none to read. Their body language is completely neutral and almost robotic. They speak with only a little bit of inflection in their voice. They themselves betray no motivation about what exactly is going on here. But something you've learned a little bit through your interactions with demons across Malfeas and brief conversations with Nue and Ouroboros, there is really only one law in Malfeas. The strong do as they see fit to the weak.
Right.
As such, because Iolda is still technically stronger than you, he is still able to put down the hammer on you for fucking with him.
Okay. Well, that seems a bit backwards, doesn't it? I beat his ass. Shouldn't that make me stronger than him?
If you were to bring low a mountain, you would expect a landslide to crush you, yes?
It depends with what.
Well, you used quite the large keg of fire dust, going from eyewitness reports. In any case, by the way,
not quite fire
this
dust.
entity's name, this person's named Plumora.
Right. Pleasure, I'm sure.
Plumora, the bailiff of hell.
Cool.
Lythander's just out buying the most expensive food.
Good for a scene transition, then. Lythander, someone dressed like this walks the fuck up next to you. I'm gonna go pull up a reference image. They do not look exactly like this, but oh my god, of course there is a ludicrous amount of fan art the second I Google this character's name. Someone dressed like this slides up next to you.
Gentle.
Oh, of course.
Oh no, it's the Rizzler.
Gentle morning aura embraces the new day. Charmed and sure.
Why is the monster here?
A motherfucker dressed like a circus ringman slides up to you.
Oh god. More?
No, this is as Lythander is headed out to market just to buy a lot of food.
Oh.
Brother, is that you?
Well, I don't believe we're related, unless you count all the grand family of humanity related to itself as via the dragon's genes connecting everyone, but I don't, since neither of us are dragon blood. How are you doing?
I just meant that you look like a clown.
You're the lovely little goat who put the hurt on Iolda, now aren't you?
No. Lythander, no, he's lying because he doesn't want that court summons.
This man's gonna do a read intentions on Lythander. He knows Lythander's lying.
Yeah, so?
Well, it's a shame that gentleman weren't here, because if he were here, he would have a most fantabulous offer in front of his hands. You see,
I already have this grippy sock. I already have my grippy socks, and I already have my straw. I pull out the weird straw that I have.
But wait, there's more!
Is there?
My sources tell me that your commanding officer was injured in the fight against Iolda quite nastily, I would say. Now, it just so happens to be that I am a surgeon of some renown, and I would be willing to fix up their back, provided they aid me in a small task.
What's the small task?
I just want to learn sorcery. Oh,
They
no,
don't know
wait,
sorcery.
sorry. Actually, it would be... I just want to learn necromancy.
I mean, I'm the necromancer here, not Ben.
Wonderful! If you teach me necromancy, then I will help her repair her back.
I need a background check from you before I agree.
Certainly,
Because we're-
what is it that you wish to know? Oh, chum.
Why do you want to know necromancy, first of all? That's the actual first question every necromancer gets asked. Because we can't have you saying, "Oh, I want to raise the dead so that I can... that my loved one can come back to life." None of that boring stuff there.
Well, if you must know, then he bats his eyebrows at you, and as he is talking, you see, let me pull up the description of what this fucking cast mark looks like. You do recognize the same glimmer and glints that aura, Gavel has. Fuck, still mixing them up. As, let's see, an empty green ring in the bottom with a closed horizontal line erupting upwards into a starburst. Like the Twilight cast smiley circle, but with several spokes and gaps through the middle. This
Okay.
is an infernal wizard. Effectively, is their cast. Horizon is the name. If you
I would like to do a read intentions roll.
Yeah, go ahead.
To read intentions, it would be,
Your choice of awareness or embassy, plus fortitude, because this is quite the character, I will say. Playing through metaphor, I am very much inspired by Nuras and how much of a fucking weirdo he is.
Still need to go for
gotcha.
that game.
Excellent game.
Excellent.
Free demo.
That actually carries over.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
The words that he would say out loud is, "Oh, I seek to learn necromancy."
6.
So I seek...
No,
what?
that's less than 6. Sorry, that is 5.
That's still enough.
Okay.
What he says is, "Oh, well, I simply seek to learn necromancy in order to help the spirits of my dear departed grow stronger so they can protect my people."
Do you know that's not how it works, right?
Actually, you would know that can be how it works, given necromancy kind of works bread and butter with a lot of ghosts. He genuinely is interested in learning necromancy in order to help his people, whoever they are, lot in life, via powering up their ghosts. That doesn't just apply to the dead. What he is interested in is something to twinge and empower the lower soul of someone while they're still alive. You have no idea what side effects those would cause. Additionally, he also mentioned something in that long spiel that I am a little too tired from work and events of the day to do entirely in character. He wants to give people stronger bones and muscles. He wants to, he wants to do all sorts of bespoke super soldiers.
Are you saying that he's going to make Space Marines to combat my orcs? I mean,
That
mushrooms.
is a valid way you could read it if you make this man an enemy.
I don't know, Rex. Is he my enemy?
That's your call. Oh yes, I forgot to introduce myself. I am the Seeker Beyond Humanity. Charmed to meet you.
Lythander, the Seething Moon. Pleasure's mine.
Ah yes, good fine fellow, good chum, old sport, etc.
Yes, so...
Yeah, just put a gif of
How-
fucking Alistair from Has Been Hotel in as you please here.
So, question. How long would it take to heal my companion?
Well, give me one moment, please, and you see his eyes roll into the back of his head as he taps his unwoven quadulator to get the answer.
Oh, I don't like that, but...
You've seen Gavel do that a couple times. It's when she asks the Yozi collectively for an answer.
I don't like that he's talking to the Yozi. I hate the Yozi.
Shouldn't
And
take
their
any
stupid laws.
Shouldn't take a mere second longer than 12 hours, good sir.
And how much of necromancy do you want to learn?
Well, I would be interested in learning the first circle. I'm sure I could pick up the second on my own.
Alrighty. That's kind of fair. But I kind of am on a short schedule here. You know, saving the world and whatnot.
Oh, don't you have... If only there was some way to manipulate time.
If
Wouldn't that
only...
be swell?
Yes, if only there was, I don't know, something that can fit on your finger and be bigger on the inside or outside, or bigger on the inside than the outside. Maybe blue in nature. Maybe a box-like thing. If only something like that ever existed.
I'm afraid I don't have time nor relative dimensions in space to speculate with you, chum. I'm also on a tight schedule. That being said, all you need to do is bring me over to your friend and I'll have her right as rain in 12 hours. Not a second less. Or more. It's very precise.
You know what? I will agree to that.
Alright, this fucking freak walks into your hospital room, Gavel.
Oh boy. Who the fuck are you?
Greetings, my chum. You may refer to me as the Seeker Beyond Humanity. I'm as pleased as punch to meet you.
So, Gavel, you
Yes.
won't believe this.
I
But
already am not believing it.
he
I'm
or
only
they,
half
sorry,
certain this is.
I don't know the
I'm-
pronouns, so...
Oh, I appreciate you asking. Any of the above will work for me.
Alrighty, she... Wait, no, is that above?
Yes, that
What?
counts.
Okay. Well, she is looking to learn some necromancy.
Yes, in exchange for tutorship in the fine arts of the underworld from your good old friend here, I will repair your back.
And your crack.
Gavel.
Better than ever. Better than new. Better than human.
Gavel narrows her eyes at Lythander.
What?
You know exactly what.
Oh, you think I am but a mere mortal. Perhaps this would satisfy you. He snaps his fingers and an infernal cast mark shines above his forehead. Perhaps that will allay your concerns?
Not what I was worried about, but thank you.
What?
Aye.
Would you rather me let you be broken? Would you rather be broken? I mean, I could call off the deal and just teach them necromancy.
I should note Aura can be here if you want as well.
So I was just picking
What,
up. Sorry. So I was just picking up my coat to get ready to go into my court summons, and I heard the tantalizing sound of people making decisions for other people. Lythander, would you happen to know anything about anything that I might be describing at this very moment?
Well, yes. Yes, I have. It's one of those where I found a quick and easy solution
A quick and,
that has
That's
very
prob-
limited
A quick-
downsides.
a quick and easy solution, you say? What's the quick and easy solution?
12
That sounds
hours
like-
to fix Gavel's back.
That sounds like a fucking scam.
Better than it ever was before.
And what's the trade-off?
I
Oh, it
teach
would
them
just-
necromancy.
Precisely. That's it. Quite the affordable rate compared to what some others in my field are charging, I would dare say.
Did he say why?
Yes.
Why?
So that he can make his countrymen stronger and to protect them in their dead.
Great intentions now.
Alright, yeah, go ahead.
Read intentions now boosted by no scam goes without a call out.
Okay, now that would be applicable.
Alright, that's 9.
Oh my goodness sakes.
Here's the thing about what he is saying. He is being genuine that all he is charging is the ability to learn necromancy, but you find out very quickly from what Lythander said about making his countrymen stronger plus necromancy, oh, he's gonna do all sorts of weird fucking mutations to them, isn't he? You also realize he's trying to make the super soldiers in addition to soul fuckery. However, in addition to that, the fact that he said better than it ever was before for Gavel's spine, Yes, she'd be able to walk again, but, there would be side effects.
Mm-hmm.
Inhuman side effects.
Mm-hmm. Right. Better than it was before, huh?
By his
That's
metrics.
right! Better than ever before!
What are you doing?
Oh no, it's spreading!
What
You
are
see,
doing now?
You see, this is what we call idiot symbiosis.
Ah, yes, dipshit to dipshit communication.
Exactly.
Clearly. Okay.
Yes, please, get him
Now-
away from me, please!
now see-
I'm in pain!
Okay,
Help!
Lythander,
Help!
Drink your juice. I got you some juice.
No! I didn't
Uh,
want any juice!
A tentacle swipes in from off screen, and Nue Vaudeville Canes Lythander off the stage.
Help! Help! I'm being taken away by a tentacle!
So,
This is just like one of those... what is the equivalent of Japan in this setting?
The realm.
This is just like one of those wet realm dictionaries. Pictionaries.
So-
Picture books. Help! I can't even speak today!
take care of him, okay?
No!
I'll be away-
Take care of
I'll
yourself!
be away for a while.
Please, no! I need help!
So, little thing you gotta know, Mr. What did you say your name
I am
was?
the... You can refer to me as the Seeker Beyond Humanity, my good madam.
Alright. Is there a short version?
Should you sort... I suppose if you're willing to not do the whole thing every single time, you could just simply refer to me as Seeker.
Alright, Mr. Seeker. So let me ask you, run a hypothetical by you for instance. Humor me, if you will. Let's say that I broke my hand, right? If a doctor came up, found my hand, and then fixed it for me without my consent, is that legal?
Oh, of course not! They didn't consent to it!
Sorry, you cut out a little bit. I couldn't hear you.
Well, of course not! They didn't consent to it!
Exactly. Now, did my friend Gavel ever consent to this treatment?
Well, she did not yet. Would you be willing to let me crack the old back open and do some fixing up there?
Aura,
What do you...
you're generally better at reading between the lines, as it were, for these things. What do you think?
Wow, I see how it is. You
Wait.
just ignore little old Lythander. Why
For
does
now.
Lythander even try?
No. Well, no offense to you, Mr. Seeker, but at the moment I feel like it would be more of a... at the moment I feel like we would be better off letting this injury sit for a while. My boss
Let me
is,
do a quick roll to see if Seeker's pockets are in fact full of spaghetti.
Oh, man.
my boss is quite the tough lady, don't you know? And I
But thankfully,
personally-
they succeeded.
And I personally think they would be able to indubitably rock a wheelchair if it's so happens.
You see the speaker instinctively start to say something, and then they just bite their tongue before the syllable gets out.
We'll keep this matter in mind, should anything come up, or...
Oh, certainly, of course. Here's my card. And he, very professionally, like Majima and Yakuza, with two hands, pulls out a business card and places it on your bedside table.
Alright. I'll be taking that.
By the by, I have a panel at the all thing. If you would be so interested in
Ooh.
attending it, it's free of charge.
Does every fecking infernal in all of Malfeas have a con?
Well, we're all going to the same con, but they made the mistake of not saying that only Infernos could propose panels.
Oh, no.
Seems like
Any of the chosen could, including you.
Seems like a lot of laws in Malfeas are a little loosey-goosey.
Well, I suppose that's what happens when there's only one law, isn't it?
I suppose so.
In any case, I'll be taking my leave. Have a jolly good day, and do keep that in mind. I will see all of you in the morrow. I do have infallible messenger, as I do know sorcery, so should you wish to reach out, just send me a prayer, and I'll be off in a jiffy to fix up those old vertebrae.
Gavel just glowers a bit.
And this man's feet turn into a cartoon wheel, and he zooms off. Like a Scooby-Doo character. That is diegetic. That makes no sense via the laws of physics, you know.
Lythander is just sitting there, is just sad.
I wonder if they were really a Sidriel in disguise. At least that would give me a reason to beat them.
Well, regardless of circumstance, I'm glad we decided not to take that deal. That guy's got cork written all over him.
As,
I'm waiting for 2 other potential propositions for the fixture of my spine.
Oh, wait, you were told about 3 propositions?
Did you have something in mind?
I was informed by let's say a specialist, that I might be getting 2 more propositions of ways to fix my current situation.
The 3
So,
wise men.
in a manner of speaking.
There
I
is
believe that was our first.
There is technically a 4th offer from Emerald herself of she would be able to let you do all your physical feats again, but only everything from the waist up would work.
Yep.
Alright. Well, while that's going on, I'm just going to go ahead and get into contact with some of my associates. I've had to deal with workers dealing with grievous injuries before during times of conflict. Might be able to set you up with like a physical therapy plan.
Once you're done saying that, Nue kind of jogs back out of wherever she was putting Lythander in the timeout corner with, and slides a copy of that itinerary you've seen Gavel carrying around into your hands. About that, you're going to want to check this page here I bookmarked for you.
Okay. What do we got here?
Lythander is crying in the corner.
So you've been sued. A guide to the legal system of Malfeas.
Oh no.
A panel at the all thing.
Man, if only one of us wasn't sued. I mean... Right?
I'm pretty sure I'm not sued. Yet.
But aside from Nue, yes, there was a, you actually did have a misdemeanor charge in the mail for littering, but I paid the fine for you.
Who, me?
Remind me to pay you back for that.
No, I'm a bit confused. Who had the fine for littering?
Gavel did.
Oh, okay.
For bringing humans into Malfeas.
Indeed. Remind me to pay you back for that, Nue, once we're out of Malfeas.
In any case, beyond that actually are blank pages. It seems like if you want to host a panel at the convention, you can. And now is when I lean over my GM screen. You guys want to host any panels at the all thing?
That's a great question.
I mean, if we knew this beforehand, we might have came up with bits, but...
you can have time in between sessions to come up with a bit if you so choose.
Nah.
I have one kind of rolling in my head.
Yeah.
And by my head, I mean Gavel's head.
Yeah, I'm not really looking to interface.
Hey, yo, we give Gavel head?
I'm not really looking to interface right now. Mainly because doing this voice is already exhausting. And I have to do it for a couple more hours, so let's talk.
Thankfully, it will get easier with time.
Yeah. And voice training.
Yeah. I've already done it. Like, I'm used to doing it on my own for fun, but it's the kind of thing that I've been wanting to do more and more, just on the daily.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Chills, by now Chills has updated their profile that they're using they, them pronouns, I should note for the audience's sake. Okay, in any case, New Way actually, flips to a blank panel. Actually, if you would want to, I would like to host a panel.
Oh,
Oh, sure.
what did you have in
What
mind?
will it be about?
Larger than life, how to fight enemies the size of mountains. Something I have quite a bit of experience in. I'm thinking that via talking with some of the Green Sun Princes, I'd probably have some other tips based on whatever's coming our way in the future if we decided to go to El Dorado after all. That's a whole fucking city after all.
Well, you did help us out all that time ago with the acid rain, or the blood, or was it the blood rain, or was it a blood acid rain?
It was both.
I figured as much.
Speaking of acid, I remember hearing about a special kind of hell acid called vitriol. There's a man going by the name of Vitriol who has panels coming up. On the true history of creation, they don't want you to know.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hosted by all-consuming Vitriol, the scourge of Tekun. Let's see, in terms of other panels, there would also be like a registrar of guests on there. I'm assuming all the party would be on, because I have a bunch of notes planned for a HellCon adventure, and it would be great if all the players wanted to at least engage a little.
Yes, absolutely. As much as in-character Gavel will probably be loathing some of the panels, Gavel would still want to explore HellCon.
Attendance to all of them isn't mandatory. There would also be Gnosis of Brass and Sand's gonna be there.
Ooh, wait.
Huh.
Uh-oh. I know that guy. He sucks.
Wait, we know that guy?
Yeah. He tried to erase the secret to destroying Soulsteel just as a fuck you to Lythander for ruining his plans.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's here?
Yeah, he's gonna
here?
be at the con.
Also, what happened to Ed?
Cool, I'm going to, destroy him.
Also, what happened to Ed? Did he get all of his body back?
Not yet, no.
No! How many parts of his body do we still have?
1/3 of Ed umbilical cord.
Really? We don't even have his head?
You do have his head.
Okay,
Just
good.
his head.
Okay. He can't talk.
Just the head?
And he can't talk or anything, right?
Unless Pablo from the Icon campaign that's on indefinite hiatus comes back, that's hard to say.
Alright.
In any case, other listed attendants include all the other Infernals I've discussed so far, as well as one Nemen Loki.
Oh. Do we know that one? We say a lot of names very quickly and I forget them all.
We have Nemen Relense.
Alright!
Yep.
We have Don't we have a Nemen Jelly?
I don't think so, but that would be funny.
That would be funny. Yeah, that does sound like a product she would sell.
Okay.
No, I should note, this man isn't literally Loki, but
He's low-key.
Exalted takes a lot of proper nouns from myth and themes already. Of like classical and mythology across the world. I am borrowing the name Loki for a reason. Don't worry about it.
Low-key.
Fair enough.
And there's Sky Sundering Shadow is also there.
Huh. That doesn't actually no. Wait, didn't Triple S tell us about that?
She did, yeah. So this is just following through.
Yeah. Okay. And I think Novari has a panel as well, if memory recalls.
If he weren't reforming in the next year and a day, he would.
True. Yes, that is true.
He'll have to come to the next HellCon, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And there's... and I should note, yes, the other... Loki doesn't seem to be holding a panel or anything, but he is listed as, accepting any challengers at the duel pit.
Huh.
It's time to
Gnosis is also...
die.
Gnosis is also listed in the market, have it listing free soul steal.
What?
Wow.
I would like to visit.
It's not open yet. I'm still in the establishing shots right now.
I don't think you understand what I just said, Rex.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to commit a murder.
Ooh.
A tiny little murder.
Please, man,
can
just a crumb of homicide.
I'm just a girly girl with a girly secret. If I tell you, you gotta promise me that you'll keep it. I'll tell you now. My little secret is, I want to kill a man.
That person being Gnosis.
I want him to suffer. I want to shove him in a box and make him eat his own box.
Oh, there is also a panel being hosted by God Eater Ball.
Hey!
Who?
I remember
On
that
the
guy,
topic,
nice.
Killing the Unkillable, how to finish off Iolda.
Oh, I
That
see.
seems very...
We should probably visit that panel, I
that
think.
I
does-
don't know, that
vital.
panel seems a little, I don't know, it seems a little pretentious.
It sounds pretty vital. I think we should tune in, at least. Just a little.
I should note,
Okay.
the name God Eater is underlined in his signature.
That would make
I wonder
sense.
why.
If we want to, we could see in transition to you asking him why, as we transfer to the first day of the panel.
Well, wait. Didn't I just get summoned to court?
And the next few
You can-
days, yeah, it's
Oh,
not
you
immediate.
can ignore it.
I was worried
No, you
about-
can ignore it just
I
like
was
in real life. You always ignore the court summons. They can't get you if they never know that you got. If you say you never got it.
Well, yeah, Lythander, but I'm a boring rules bitch. I have to listen.
Yeah,
to
she's even the boring rules bitch cast. Look at her forehead.
Yeah. I gotta
You
listen
do-
to the rules no matter where I'm at.
Oh, so if the rules said commit mass murder, you do it.
Oh, the rules. Well, if the rules said commit mass murder, then I would change the rules.
Yeah, but you'd be then breaking the rules by not committing mass murder.
No, I'd be bending the rules.
No, you'd be breaking the rules.
No, I would be
Hey,
bending
Lythander, if you're trying to steal her shape, that method isn't going
I
to
already
work.
have a shape.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh.
Lythander, I have experience taking care of 5-year-olds. The did to did not method is not going to work on me, I assure you.
Is that why it already worked? I transformed Aura.
You do not. I
Hey,
grab
wait a second. What the? Hold up. And Nue is flipping to the final page of the pamphlet, and there is something about all you can see is the tribe of Ash being written, but whatever is going on with them seems to be rapidly changing between several different options as the camera focuses on the page.
Oh, hey.
Hold on a second. All of your guys are still in there.
Hmm.
In Iolda, I mean.
Oh, shit.
The guy who
Right.
can make your head explode with the sound of his voice. We should probably save them.
Yeah.
That's no fun. That's no fun at all. They shouldn't be here. They should be able to live their lives. We need to save them. I gotta get in there.
Alright, how are you gonna go and get... that's a joke. You could just walk through the fucking doors.
I'm going to stealthily sneak past everybody. And by that, can I just take an automatic failure
Yeah, sure.
to be like a dumbass and do it?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, thank you.
As you're walking past, you walk by the fucking big fish. I don't know if... you actually did see this guy once. The albino guy with the forehead gear. Stop.
Real big fish?
He actually holds out a hand to stop you mid-stride.
Yes.
I believe I mentioned something about a procedure to fix your superiors back, did I not? I don't think I expended on the fact that I am capable of such a procedure.
Well, if you see, my friend, they're not my superior. No matter what they say, we all know that I have done more in my life, and in my past lives, than they'd ever believe I did.
True, they were stuck in the Jade Prison for millennia, so just by brunt of you being out and about. Regardless, though, let them know that I would be willing to assist in their back, provided... You know what? Out of the goodness of my heart, I won't charge a fee. Ascendant
That's
cast or
very
ascendant
suspicious.
cast.
That's extremely suspicious.
Is Gavel nearby when this is said?
If you so choose, this conversation can happen as you are getting in line for the convention.
For right now, I will say no.
So,
Now is Aura
how
there
long would
to
the
prevent chicanery
how
or...
long would the procedure last, if I may ask?
Pulls out, what looks like, if Salvador Dali designed a sundial, like out of his pocket, holds it up to the green sun, it begins spinning rapidly. 8 hours.
It's even faster than the other person. I don't believe you.
What would the other person be doing?
I don't know. They said it would take 12.
From Archive by mentality, you would pick up on, hey, they're probably gonna do some weird shit to Gavel, as in, like, making her, like, let me give a point of comparison on how this might look. In regards to, the end result.
From what's his name?
Luffy. Yes, that old back is doing you no good. Let's replace the whole thing with Jello.
That guy, gotcha. Oh, shoot, I did not know that those procedures took that long. I was thinking months.
For ordinary mortals, maybe.
I wonder.
People like us.
I wonder what that kind of surgery does when subjected to the internal body temperature of a human.
We all know that humans run at a cold 98-ish, right?
Well, it would be normally lethal, yes, but here in Malfeas, I can request one of the unquestionables for aid, given favors I've done for them, which would keep them alive throughout the procedure.
So why would you do that for Gavel?
Well, because we're the same, her and I. We're not so different, you might say.
Oh, you're very cringe. You're actually just as cringe as the other person, so I like you, actually. Oh no.
Yes, introductions. I am all-consuming vitriol.
Already all come.
Please don't.
Already convit.
Vitriol.
Just call me vitriol if you're going to do that.
Already come.
I remember this name coming along. I don't remember why. Hey, Gavel, do we know an all-consuming vitriol, like pale, real pale, big pale, 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 pale?
It sounds familiar.
Is this conversation happening in front of Vitriol, who's standing right there?
I imagine it's happening
Yes.
like 20 feet away-ish.
Right.
Just out of earshot.
Yeah, Vitriol
Like
for now has gone off to strike up a conversation with... You can't tell who's there. There's someone there. They're being hidden with a Amir-style perfect stealth concealment effect. That makes it impossible to discern their identity.
Man, imagine if Amir was actually a good guy.
You mean... You know what? Never mind.
He's rapidly approaching this. He's tangential to being a good guy.
What are you defining as being a good guy? And that's a question that... That actually is a question that a figure none of you have ever seen before, except via description, from in line behind you, echoes. As you turn around and you see, hey, that looks an awful lot like the description Lythander was given of Nem and Loki. What are you defining as being a good guy, exactly? For the sake of this argument. Now, what are you defining as being a good husband, though?
One that is not going to literally assassinate anybody in front of them.
Then no, I would not call him a good man.
Thank you.
Why would you assassinate someone in front of you, anyway?
Let me
That
rephrase
just opens
that.
you up to reprisal.
Anyone. Assassinating people that you want to leave alive to interrogate, instead.
Yes, I could see how that would be a problem. Still wouldn't make him a good man, then.
Thank you.
He returns to...
who are you?
Oh, I'm Loki.
Oh, nice to meet you, Loki. My name's Lythander. I think we were looking for you, but I can't remember why. Would you like to accompany me for a little bit?
You do have archive mind mentality, so in truth you would know why.
Why did we want to meet Loki again?
There was a dream warning, he will offer to fix your spine, don't take it, don't take it, don't take it.
Oh, yes, I remember now. My compatriot broke their spine.
Oh, did they? Shame.
Yeah, I know. But we had so many weird people offer to fix it, and they all approached me. I don't know why me, of all people. Can you believe that?
No.
They think I'm going to be... Yes, and not the person whose back actually broke.
You do seem like you have hidden wisdom about you, but not the fixing people's spines type.
I mean, I probably could fix her spine. Actually, I would like to roll sagacity.
You would need a specific charm in order to treat dramatic injuries.
Didn't I just get a milestone?
You did just get a milestone, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Option number 5 has entered the chat.
Oh, let Lythander cure the spinal damage.
Sure, I'll do it. I'll take that as... do you mind just throwing that my way so that I can figure out...
Wellness restoring meditation. However, this would take 3 recovery scenes.
Which is how long?
Goodness.
The entire, several sessions, but I can give you a special lunar mode that adds a wrinkle into it, potentially, in order to make it as fast as the infernal method. I'm just gonna copy and paste this description into the Discord. We can go over exactly what it is later.
Alright, so hear me out. How about if I'm able to pull, some shape that I have gained, use that, let's say, oh hey, I have Gavel's shape, let's say. I can permanently burn it and not be able to get it back, but they get the attributes of what they had in that form.
I was actually going to suggest something similar of giving them animal features.
The animal features work too. Not almost like a cast for the animal features.
Yeah.
They will go away. You'll have a monkey's tail for 3 weeks, but you'll be able to walk. 3 years, but
longer.
It'll fall off.
Really?
That's actually.
Try the rest of your lifespan.
Oh, well,
permanent.
Yeah, fair.
Can I cut it off?
That might mean breaking the spine again. Of course, it doesn't have to be a monkey's tail, but it would be some obvious means of non-human features. But as you think about it, definitely would...
I'll still take it.
Okay, but the question is if Gavel decides to take it, because if you want to buy this charm, then I think you realize in a bolt of realization, wait, none of these options are good. Why don't I just do it myself? I think I can.
Yeah. Can I make a sagacity check?
You don't need to.
But it would be funny if you let me.
If you want to, go ahead, but I'll just say that you could succeed at treating Gavel if you spend the Exalt milestone on that charm.
Oh, I can do it. Got that 3, baby.
Okay, from... if you want to flavor this, you can do it. There may be some moderate to severe, changes, but you can do it.
Okay.
Now the question is if Gavel suddenly gets a... Now the question is approaching Gavel on it. With Lythander and his legendary, trying not to phrase things in a way that's horrible style.
Luck.
Yes.
Actually, I would like... You know what? Thank you, Loki. You gave me inspiration to do something.
Oh?
I give him an electrum.
A what?
You know, the most useless money in D&D.
Oh. Hold on a minute. If you're giving me currency, I have to give you something in return. Give me a moment to think what would be an equitable exchange.
Oh, you already did, though. You gave me an idea.
And what is your idea?
To help my friend myself.
And how would you do
I
so?
did it. Well, you see, back in the day, I actually saved an entire colony of people by making them into half-bugs.
Really?
Yes. And they still worship me as a goddess.
So then, are you going to make her into a bug?
No, I'm gonna just try to treat the injury by replacing some of their bones with other bones of other creatures. Though, it might not work that way. I mean, I also... Wait a second. I pull out my pocket baby.
Your what?
My pocket baby! You know how I gave them all free will and sentience? One of them has to be in my pocket.
Oh, your mushroom kin, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, what on earth is this little fellow?
My child. I made him.
Yes, that is how children tend to work.
Yes, exactly.
And what exactly are you going to do with this child, just to make sure I have your procedure that you're coming off pulled right out of your ass straight?
So, the idea here is to look at the biology through the lens of, can I make artificial limbs out of mushrooms? Can I use the symbiosis to create a strand connection, and almost like a second nervous system to combine body parts
Are you going
together?
to do... Now the question is, are you going to do this? Are you going to make your friend's spine a mushroom?
Well, I mean, there'd be less things that people would be able to see.
True, but not non-zero. Are you going to do it, though? I mean, I might know someone who might be able to do that fairly without minimal scars. At most, perhaps surgical incisions on the back. Are you sure you want to do this mushroom plan?
Yes.
He spends two anima to oath seal that.
Oh.
I do plan on helping my friend.
Nope.
They never
What you said was, "Will you be doing that?" And your response was yes.
I'm sorry, Gavel, you're dead.
Oh no.
But, yeah, no, I think that would be a good idea.
No, here's a question. There is a display that happens when Aura seals an oath, I'm sure. I think you might recognize something similar as this man's cast mark starts to flash and some of his internal light starts to dim. Oh, you may have just been bamboozled.
Oh.
So
how
you're
was I
going to replace her
bamboozled?
spine with a mushroom, yes?
I'm not going to replace her spine. I said I was going to create connective tissue using the mushrooms. That is what I said. I never said replacing the spine.
Well, regardless of what extent you plan on doing this to, you're locked into it now, you realize. Be careful what you say.
You act like I didn't... You act like I'm an idiot. And you know what? You're right.
Well, of course, you could renege out of that, of course, but the Yozi would not like that. I'm sure you know what happens when an Eclipse Sworn oath is broken, yes?
No, I actually do not.
You could find out if you so choose.
But don't two parties need to say something for an oath to be sealed? Don't we need consent?
Yes, we did. I said you plan on replacing your friend's spine with a mushroom, and you said yes. You see why I named this man motherfucking Loki?
Tricky.
I can feel the processing silence from Korak. How do I weasel out of this?
I don't know actually how to weasel out of this.
You might not! No, of course, if you're so interested, I can offer a third option of avoiding the consequences of angering the Yozi if you let me treat the back wound. So what's it going to be?
Gavel!
Gavel
Holy
Gavel slowly turns in Lythander's direction. What?
I have an experimental treatment that I must do now.
Why?
This bastard wants to treat you. I point to Loki.
Why?
It's either that, or let me try something that has a decent possibility of working. It just will take me time.
And what are the drawbacks of you doing it?
Well, the drawbacks is that it will take more time.
And nothing else?
Well, I'd have to use some mushrooms to act as nervous systems for a little bit.
What? Will that be temporary?
Yes, actually, it would be temporary.
If by temporary you mean a few thousand years, which would be the rest of your normal lifespan, but you would die eventually, so yeah, it'd be temporary. That's said in character by Loki.
But Loki, I never said that was the case. You don't... In fact, I have the recording that says otherwise, but...
Alright, we'll cut that into the forecoma then.
That wouldn't be breaking the oath there that you so delicately sealed me to.
And what can you... Gavel points to Loki.
They're the one that we were told not to.
I'm aware, but...
Well, I haven't even introduced myself, did I? My name is Nemen Loki.
Hello.
I could fix your back, you know. No surgical stars, no strings attached, no unwanted alterations to your physiology. You would just be up and right as rain and able to lead your people into shining victory or whatever it is that would so please you.
Bullshit.
Really?
Yes. For no... What, actually, what's your price for this?
Taps his hands together in considering...
Because there's no way in Malfeas you'd do this for free, out of the goodness of your heart.
You see, normally that would be true. However, that gentleman, Vitriol, I believe his name was, he gave me a generous deposit of jade for services rendered in readying the infernal host for revenge. Of which I believe that would be a portion, but not all of it. Take it into my personal pockets. Hey, Vitriol, is that alright? I really think I would do better with that, given what you're going to put in her head. Spoilers? All I'm going to put in her head is a little bit of moon silver in her spine to make sure it heals right by sticking to her nervous system. That's it. God.
Moon silver.
Oh yes, it's the magic material that's alive. What else would you use in order to do that? I suppose green jade, but it seems like better with neuroplasticity in my experience.
Gavel pinches the bridge of her nose. So you're going to be basically putting a materialistic parasite into my system.
Oh no, symbiosis is the term you're looking for here, not parasitism.
Indeed. But from my point of view, anything that isn't me that enters my body is a parasite.
And from over in the corner, Vitriol would mention, "Oh no, I wouldn't put anything special in your body. All alterations."
Then what about out?
Oh no, nothing out either.
Okay, then what's your catch?
Don't have one. Read
That's
intentions roll.
Shit. Read intentions roll indeed. Alright, what do I need to roll for that?
Fortitude plus awareness or presence in this case.
I will do presence.
Alright, and Vitriol would be proccing a mote for guarded mind meditation.
Alright. 2 successes.
You have no fucking idea what this guy's angle is.
Gavel squints.
Lythander, you could try making that roll if you choose to.
Okay, so let's see. What was it that you wanted me to roll here? It
Fortitude
was
and either
fortitude.
awareness or presence.
Alright, so presence or awareness. Okay. 6 successes.
It was raised to difficulty 7. If you could think of a stunt, that might be helpful.
Pocket Spore!
Okay, yeah, sure. Just to fucking throw them off their game, it's like, weed! Add that stunt.
No, wait. Wait, actually, wait a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I had 8 successes. I accidentally did that wrong. Because I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I had 8 successes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay, yeah. So what do you want to know about this person?
what are they trying to hide there? I know they're lying. They have to be.
So they're not lying about they would bear no physical alterations to Gavel beyond, like, slight
They're being
surgical scars.
mental. What are you going to do to control Gavel's mind?
What they would be doing is instilling a psychological compulsion to, do something big. And effectively, in narrative terms, he would be putting a major, intimacy into Gavel's brain.
Oh, great.
Life-defining, as important to, like, the key foremost parts of Gavel's personality. He had just put a new sentence in there.
Oh, goodness.
And in addition to that, let me double-check the integrity charms to see if he can keep the exact, the exact thing secret here. You know what, yeah, he's going to spend a mote so that you're going to need to succeed on another read intentions actions in order to figure out what exactly he would want to do. To make it a multi-step, profile case. You have to break his psych locks like an Ace Attorney.
Alright.
You can just make the same roll again if you want.
7.
I think in this instance you might be able to squeeze something out given, your anima effect. Something stirs at the gear pattern on this guy's head. A Tokthon. Among all the primordial hosts, about the 30-odd primordials there are, 2 of them, took the side of humanity and the gods. A Tokthon and Gaia. Gaia is, of course, creation, the embodiment of creation as we know it, and a Tokthon is the king of all craftsmen, the grandest, most skilled, most imaginative inventor ever. He instructed the gods on how to implant humans with exaltations. He aided the divine rebellion, and later left creation when the Solars, decided they should strip mine the king of all craftsmen for secrets of the universe. He just decided to fucking bolt when they started giving him hungry looks. That is the ring on his forehead is very similar to a Tokthon's iconography. You think he wants to sick Gavel on a Tokthon. And I think
That's
you can
not
come to
good.
those. You could come to those conclusions via remembering what his panel was hosted on the true history of creation. Now let's see if that passes the brain to mouth filter for Lythander.
I don't think it will.
You could just say,
So-
"I explain" to.
I explain it all.
Okay, yeah, sure. You get the same information Lythander does then. The fucking narrator
No.
takes over for a JoJo monologue.
No way in Malfeas I'm going to accept that.
You realize I'm the only person who's willing to fix up your back and leaving no changes whatsoever, yes?
No changes is quite a phrasing, I suppose, but I'm aware.
Are you saying that I can't do it?
You're the one.
Not without without surgery scars, shall we say?
I offer them. So hear me out here. I will offer Gavel a red bean mushroom pie.
Okay.
Gavel's going to look at the pie, then look back up to Lythander, then look back up at the pie, then back up to Lythander.
If I can control fungi, that means I don't need to rip open your back, does it?
I suppose so, but
It's just going to take longer. It's going to be wrapping around your spine to try to reconstruct nerves, because that's what's gone. You act as if I haven't done this before.
have you done this before?
In previous lives, I've done more than this before. You can even ask your own people.
They ask if I have a degree in physics. I have a theoretical degree in physics.
I suppose I can take that as an answer. We'll put a pin in it for later.
Oh, by the way, you need I still need recompense for those. I still need recompense for that money you gave me. Loki takes the pie.
That's not how this works.
You gave me money. I receive goods and services.
That's not how this works! Alright, is he eating the pie?
No, he's just holding it.
Tentacles start to come out of it.
Okay.
They take the money and put it back in my pocket.
Okay. Yes, this is how commerce goes.
Yes. Yes, it is. You trade goods for services, and that is a good. What you've done is trade me dilemmas for dilemmas. That's not how that works.
By the way, about the vendor stall, if you want to do this song and dance again, I found it quite entertaining.
You owe me so much. It's not even funny. I should
You're
take
right.
you to court.
Have this back. He gives you the pie back. Now we're even.
I eat the pie. No, we're
Okay.
not. No, we're not.
Or have you been witness to any of this bullshit?
I was eating an apple, but yeah.
It's your call as how much of that fucking circus you were witness to.
Must
Witness me!
As it
well, I think the funniest idea is I just walk into the scene. Hello, I just walked into the scene. I witnessed none of that. What's up?
Oh,
So
nothing, says Loki.
Oh, I have to fix or I have to fix her back because this guy made me.
I didn't make you do anything. You're the one who offered the idea.
Okay, but why is he making you?
One of the guards at the front of the coach yells, "For fuck's sake! You're holding up the line! Finish this conversation inside!"
Okay, see ya.
No,
I drag him by the ear.
Lythander's ear pops off.
Okay.
Not my problem, I'm already inside.
Well, it is. You're inside with just an ear.
I don't care. I'm inside.
Okay. All right.
So this is what tears the circle apart.
Positioning.
Mm-hmm. Lythander, you're AFK, oh no!
Yes, Lythander is AFK.
And that's when a fucking gigantic anima banner shines into the sky outside of one of the castle windows. The kind of massive, straight from nothing anima banner you see when someone exalted. You've seen phenomena like this twice. Once with that kid in the Shumpor Fight Club. Yep. Well, once with that kid and once with Spider.
Right.
From somewhere deep inside of the castle. Inside of Iolda. Once you cross the threshold, just boom!
Right.
What's weird is that the anima itself does not match any other kind of exalted you've ever seen. It's magenta.
Oh.
Magenta.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and post a comment about her decade gif right now.
Oh boy.
Magenta.
It's not pink.
So the mid-step, New Age just freezes. Oh, gods, what's happening now? We have yet another wild card to deal with. Nothing is ever simple, is it?
Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight.
Is that set in character?
Oh no.
Hitting me.
Is that set in character?
Many things lately.
Something's gonna hit you here in a second.
Oh, this is in character.
Make a hard bargain.
Oh boy.
Either you take a -1 to your next dice roll, or something bad happens to you.
Oh shit, now I know who it is.
Here we go again.
I'll take something bad.
Oh dear, now I know who
Okay.
it is.
Wait, no. How bad of how
I like
are
it.
we looking at?
I like that.
Are we looking at, like, I'm going to die bad, or are we just...
No.
I'll take the dice penalty, actually.
It's not I'm going to die bad. It could situationally be worse than a dice penalty because it compounds. It's
I'll
your
take
call?
the dice penalty.
Okay.
I'm so glad. I think it's so fun that Lythander doing a bit is now like
Punishable by death?
no, it's like
It's the canary in the coal mine.
it's the canary in the coal mine for when this bitch shows up.
I should note, this bitch isn't actually here. There's one other person who you know for a fact copied that magical power.
Copied.
Who you know is in Malfeas.
Copied.
Throw chemical magic.
Oh shit! That would be the way. That would be the way to do it. Yep.
Man, I wish that we had things. I wish I could have a job.
Do you?
You're the spiritual leader, and you essentially single-handedly provide half the food the Ashens once eats. Give yourself some credit, Nue says, patting you on the back.
I grab my flask, and I drown my sorrows.
Okay, what are you drowning it with?
Glue.
Glue?
That's a new one.
Ooh, tastes like tree sap. Nice.
Oh, give me some of that.
I cannot speak.
Give me some of that.
I have no mouth now.
Ball just kind of walks up to you and in a shot-for-shot recreation of the Eggman. What are you two fucking talking about? I come to check on Gavel for 5 minutes to recommend treatment, and now there's this bullshit going on. What the hell is this? He's not talking about any of the past conversation. He is gesturing towards the magenta anima that's still flaring from deep within the bowels of the castle. Who is that? Who is this? What's going on in our convention? That is not the colors of a green sun, Prince. Yes, I know that your friends aren't infernals either, but the point still stands. I don't recognize whatever the fuck that is.
We barely recognize what it is either, chap.
Difficulty 10 sagacity rolls with any attribute.
Oh my god! I'm gonna fail that. Just automatically. Actually, hold on. I have 5 force. Let's see if I roll 5 10s.
It is possible. And if you could tap an intimacy for virtue.
I mean, I got 4 successes.
Let's see.
Let's see. Let's see if I can get 6 more. What am I rolling to prevent here?
You're not rolling to prevent anything. You're trying to find out who the fuck this is.
Oh, okay.
In terms of what kind of new demigod just dropped to this.
I'm not sure. I don't think I know.
Alright, anyone else want to try and give that a shot?
For what roll?
Sagacity with any attribute.
Yeah, I got some good sagacity if I recall. Yes, I do. Let's see. 6 successes.
It's not any of the incarnate. That's all you can figure out.
Okay.
Because there's iconography associated with the sun, the moon, and the maidens that is not showing up in any of the anima. Right now, it just appears to be pure pink. Or magenta, rather. Lythander, you want to try and give this a shot?
Lythander's mouth is thoroughly glued.
Korak, do you want to give this a shot?
Sure. You said sagacity plus...
Any attribute.
Okay.
Difficulty 10.
Oof. Only 7.
The fact that...
Actually, is this a social influence?
No, this is attempting
Or
to find out magical, theoretical physics bullshit.
Alright. Never mind then, because I was going to say I'm active right now, so...
The only other thing that comes to mind, you also realize, A, it can't be any of the incarnate, and B, more importantly, Exaltation is giving a human being the power of a god. You know how many gods there are in Malfeas?
Not a lot.
None.
Well,
except for those in the Yushan embassy, but those don't really count. They aren't powerful. They normally aren't powerful enough for this. So it had to have been a pre-existing exigency down here that endured beyond the death of its original holder, which normally they don't do. They're normally like dragon blood and exaltations. When the champion dies, that power dies with them. For example, there's not going to be a second strawman in Janus when she croaks. So whatever this is, someone found a pre-existing superpower in a box, someone popped open the Omnitrix. So to speak. You know what, from Archive My Mentality, I will give one other clue. There are motes of other colors inside the magenta. Gold, silver, all 5 colors of jade, all the colors of the rainbow, blank screaming steel, and diamond. You see the
Diamond
colors of
is
the 6 magical
unbreakable.
materials flicker inside of their anima at times.
Oh no. That can't be good.
So, it's an exigent, that much you can tell, but
Right.
no idea what their purview or powers are, or who they are, or... One other thing would strike you as strange. Where are the Ashen Ones? You're seeing your con map, and... You do see what seems like a prisoner holding cell, but there appears to have been several dozen different names that were crossed off of that list by someone that had much worse face of, like, indoctrination chambers, the mulching room, the free will eradication cell, that someone just appears to have rapidly crossed out and out and out and out with a pink marker, or a pink brush more like, until it just eventually, Iolda just gave up and wrote, holding cell. Something much worse should be happening to the Ashen Ones than what's happening. So, anything else you guys want to ask in the midst of all of this bullshit?
What's 2 plus 2?
Normally 4,
Ish.
that can vary. Alright, Ball is just going to... I'm gonna have Ball make a fucking roll. They're probably not gonna be able to tell shit. Unless they roll wildly well on 8 dice. Nope,
They might.
Not quite.
They didn't in this case. Well, do they have a fucking panel entry? flips through the book. No, they don't. They're not even on the fucking guest register, I swear to the gods. The gods I ate, by the way. Oh, did you think God Eater Ball was a metaphor?
No.
I'm saving the full story of that for the panel, but no, it is very much not. It's not cannibalism if you're not the same species.
You didn't have to tell me that.
Well, yeah, of course not. I'm not a cannibal. I would never eat a human.
Right. Okay. Well, I want to check out some panels. Is there like a listing somewhere, like a program?
I don't have a full. I gave a general list of what panels are going to be at the convention. I did not give an order, mainly so that you guys can decide on whichever ones you're most interested in first, in between
All right.
events, shall we say.
All right.
Alright, and I zoned out a bit through that. What was they? Which ones were they? We remember, I remember, Ball had
how to finish killing Iolda. That was balls.
Alright, yeah, definitely gonna be going through that.
Let's see. Vitriol's was about the true history of creation. Asterisk.
Alright.
Seeker Beyond Humanity was about transhuman projects.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Alright.
Yep. Emerald Al Saiduk was about seizing the infrastructure of Empire to better suit humanity.
Alright, yeah. That sounds good.
Yep, Gnosis does not have a panel. He is just selling star metal scrap, whatever that is.
Star metal scrap? I thought it was soul steel scrap.
Sorry, soul steel scrap, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go. You know what? Let's go there first. I feel like it's gonna be very quick.
Huh, odd. It's closed right now.
Fucking asshole. Okay, never mind. Let's go to balls first.
Alright, yeah, I was imagining this would be one of the first panels so that we could set up for the other main thrust of HellCon, so this narratively suits my notes well. After, there doesn't seem to be any kind of opening ceremony. There is a gala midway through the convention, but there's no, opening or closing ceremony. This is a much more informal event, because this is what happens when you have the anarchists do an organization. Not much organization. There are perhaps a dozen people in the room. As far as you can tell, everyone seems to be exalted. As far as you can tell. Except for some demons of Dokuzan you could see in the back, who are gibbering around, shouting prophecies of potential deaths to each other.
Right.
Also one ghost, for some reason. Who has a lapel said, Neverborn Ambassador, pinned to their ectoplasmal chest.
Huh. I wonder why the Neverborn needs ambassadors.
They pay you no mind, as they're sitting in the very back, at the anime protagonist seat. You know the one, far left row, second from back.
Right. The classic.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Once everyone is... Oh, you first, sorry.
Alright. Let's see, you excited? You excited, Gavel?
I suppose so, yes.
Also, I'm making sure to, wheel her there, in case we need it.
I should note, Emerald did, make it effectively a motorized wheelchair.
Oh, that's good.
Gavel can move herself.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yay.
Lovely.
Alright, in any case, once everyone's seated. Good morning, everyone. My name is God Eater Baal. Yes, that one. You might know me from the sports stadiums. And let's get right into it. Yes, the name is literal. I ate a god. Ask me anything.
Oh.
How did it taste? Did it taste like chicken? Or did it taste like beef? Or pork?
How do we
Or
fit?
fruit?
Hey, Lythander, make a hard bargain. Or you take a -2 to your next roll or something bad happens to you.
This isn't Lythander saying.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
This is, those little those little demons?
The angel, the shoulder angel devil. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's them. You
Okay,
didn't
never
recognize the voice?
Oh,
You
right, Mr. Plinkett. Right, fuck
Yeah,
the demons.
yeah, you get it now? It was long time ago.
500
There was
cigarettes.
pizza rolls. Star Wars.
How do we defeat Iolda?
Well, I'm getting to that. Let me get through the rest of my speech. Give me a second.
All right.
Oh, you're right. Someone in the back actually does ask. How did it taste? Oh, it tasted like the sweetest alcohol you've ever had. It was liquid inside? This particular one was, yes.
Ah,
Loki raises a hand. What god was it? I ate the god of slavery.
So does that mean you're now the god of slavery? Or?
No, it means that there is no one enforcing slave. That whoever was in charge of the that section of the Bureau of Humanity in charge of creation, no one's at the wheel now.
cool.
No one is. That particular office in heaven is unoccupied. And let me tell you, that was quite eventful when I lit up there. Oh, that leads to my next point. Hi, yes, I exalted in heaven. I lived up there. They call this place hell. No.
What's a good question I could ask the ball?
So,
How'd
ball question.
How'd you take up, what made you want to go into sports?
That was the only respite I had in my hellish life up there.
Oh,
The
I'm sorry.
scant hour off I would have every day in between 18 hours of prayer.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, pal. I'll buy you a drink next time we're in town, okay?
Noted. Appreciate it.
So, what was the... Now that you ate the god of slavery, do you embody any of its powers, or is the seat just gone for good?
The seat has gone for good, as I understand it. Normally they would have filled it, but I did a little bit of spiritual desecration in order to show that won't be happening anytime soon. Oh, you should have heard how he begged for his life, by the way. Fucking hilarious.
That's... I don't know how...
It was the god of slavery. Are you going to shed any tears over that? Really?
No. I'm not going to shed any tears. I'm just kind of wondering, will you be doing it to other gods?
Yeah.
Or have you tried it to other gods?
That was the first, it was not the last.
What would you recommend doing it? Other people to do it?
That brings me to the main topic of this conversation, actually. So Iolda's an asshole, right? We can all agree on that.
Yes.
Most of the room murmurs in agreement. Now, thanks to the efforts of some of our fine guests in the front row, yes, these three here, the ones from the halftime show,
What?
Iolda is exposed. He's been forced into his true form, and from there we could strike at the rest of him and sunder him truly from existence. Now, the issue is that anyone ever tried destroying an entire castle?
No.
Not a mundane castle, let alone one that is one of the mightiest demons in all of hell. Of course you haven't. That's a rhetorical question. Now, you may ask how we would do that. He pulls open a fucking... Not a literal PowerPoint slider, but a very complicated lantern made of brass and what looks like, demon skin, as it begins to project shadows onto the wall, much like we in the monitor will do a PowerPoint slide. Now, there are several means by which we can, of course, destroy a goddamned castle. Slide 1, sorcery. So, now is when I am going to pull back a little the curtain and reveal how to finish killing Iolda. Access to, I am using the third circle demon qualities, homebrew from the Exalted Discord. I am just going to, post the entirety of that text in, the Discord. Oh.
Ooh, boy.
Well, I actually have to, split it up because it's so big. There we go.
Oh, goodness. All right. Oh, my goodness.
You don't need to read through all of that. I will, in character, summarize the cliff notes. The good news is, because he is so big right now, he won't be able to hurt us, mostly. Sure, he might be able to hurt someone, but that's what we have all the, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to tank the blows.
Oh no.
Single-handedly? Yeah,
Oh.
I could take it.
Alright. That sounds good.
Yeah, while I'm busy drawing the fucker's attention, all the rest of you can work on actually killing him.
That sounds good. Okay. We can do that.
Also, it's gonna be real fucking hard for him to do stuff to individual people when you're a fucking castle. If you're gonna start crushing walls on yourself, you're gonna have to throw for some structural integrity stuff, is my understanding. Loki in the back. Yeah, that's how architecture works, man. Dirty look at Loki. Continues speaking.
Hold on. When trying to use social influence or cast spells on something smaller than a size 2 battle. Hey, what did you say that we last saw the Ashen ones again?
They've been locked in what it just sounded as holding cell.
And you said something about indoctrination?
That was what was initially written on the directory before someone with a very vibrant magenta brush crossed it out and got into what I can describe as a Wikipedia editing fight with Iolda.
Okay. That sounds smart.
Yes, the same color as the anima you saw go off.
Okay, at least it's not her. I'll take that. Thank goodness.
Now, we could just throw a super weapon at things, such as if we had someone able to use Legier's Fire of Total Annihilation, that would do quite a number on it. Similarly, the Sorceress or Necromantic Reign of Doom would also be a good effect, as would just a natural disaster, like if anyone had a War Strider handy, or perhaps I don't know, like one of those hard hitter skeletons or something, we just chuck it up there and do some damage.
That'll make me feel guilty about not taking sorcery for the rest of time, huh? Alright.
We have plenty of sorcerers in this room. We have the capacity to do so. The question is, Iolda is going to be aware of what we're trying to do, so any given means of attack will only work once. We're not just going to have to succeed on one means of felling a titan. We're going to have to do it 12 times. Not literally 12, but that's what he's saying in terms of you're going to have to succeed on multiple adventure steps in order to kill Iolda.
That seems about right.
From this time of recording, we have time for at least the first step of that tonight, possibly more.
Okay.
So, anyone have ideas they want to pitch? I'm now opening the floor to Q&A. How are we gonna kill this fucker?
Well, they mentioned War Striders, and I think that sounds like a good idea, like a good start to the thing. After all, we did use War Striders in the fight against Iolda before.
Ball walks over and gives you a, not quite a microphone, but like a little demonic amp speaker. Go ahead.
Well, our company here has access to not one but 2 War Striders fit for use. One of them is, I believe, made from, what were the materials again? Rex, out of character?
One is soul steel, the other is adamant.
One of them is made from soul steel, the other is made from adamant. I can resonate with whichever material is necessary, but you would still need one for the other one. A pilot.
You don't need at the scale of a War Strider, you don't need resonance to operate. It just brings out the best of the machine if you can fully tap into its power.
Well, yeah, that's I assumed that would be necessary in order to take out Iolda.
Oh, fun fact. As we're recording this session, the art is ramping up in the pre-release for one of the Exalted Essence companion books, which should be out hopefully in a matter of weeks, so you all have exciting new options to purchase. Here's
Cool.
what a War Strider looks like in one of these sample artwork pieces.
Oh my goodness.
Fun!
Exalted art's fucking great.
Yeah.
Look at that Common Rider doing the Gata kick.
Lovely.
Also, that's a fucking Warhammer 40k ass armor suit with the guy's tiny head poking out of the giant body.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's made of wood!
Oh yeah, it is. Probably a green jade one then.
Huh.
You know, given that's magic wood.
Oh. I thought jade was a rock.
It is, but green jade is a jade attuned to the element of wood, so, well, you know,
Okay.
wood.
I see.
It's both. In any case. Alright, War Striders. He pulls out a giant blackboard and just writes down the word War Strider in Wibber speak and underlines it. Okay. Anyone else have specific sorceress spells?
Well,
The ghost in the back raises a hand. The Sky Sundering Shadow would be willing to contribute her reign of doom.
question, what does a flesh-slothing wave do here?
Not strong enough, that's just first circle magic.
What about an entire horde?
A horde of...
New sentient life?
What is this horde capable of? He says as he's writing down Reign of Doom on the blackboard.
They're capable of evolving fast. They're only, less than a year old, and they're now actually learning how to raid and pillage and help people.
I'll write that down in the maybe category for now, then. Anyone else? Have we tried petitioning any of the other Yozi to, I don't know, axe a rival, now that there's a chance to permanently kill one of them? Ah, yes, that's actually one of the other notes from panel. Sorry, I'm not very good at public speaking. The point is that, yes, as chosen, we have the capability of permanently slaying the unkillable. That's what this whole panel is about, of course. And we could, of course, do so. So, getting another unquestionable support. He writes that down in the yes column. Alright, anything else? Nue raises a hand. What if one of us could get real fucking big and smash it? He writes down getting real fucking big and smashing it.
Can we trap it in a sort of time-space temporal area?
He actually flips to a next slide of the time we killed Adrian, and is of the slide of you damming up the endless river that killed it and turned it into a Dorjan. Or killed its fennec, rather.
So I already did that, okay.
No, the issue is that specific method might work on other Yozi. It would not work on Iolda specifically, because he's an eternal unchanging castle.
Alright, so what if we ransacked the castle?
Define ransack here.
Basically rip out every single piece of things in it.
He writes down internal sabotage.
Wait a second. What did you say, Lythander?
Ripping out everything within it.
Right. They're a physical object.
Yeah.
What happened? Okay, so, how does Iolda's identity work when they're a geographical object?
He flips to a next slide of divine world body. Well, how it would work is unquestionables have the ability to co-locate. If, for example, Erenbor the Night Sky were summoned, she would take the form of both herself and the Night Sky at the same time.
Yes,
in a humanoid-ish form. So Iolda will physically be in here somewhere damaged.
No. I get that. What I'm trying to say is, the castle is effectively Iolda, right? Like,
Yes.
the individual. What happens if we take every part of the castle and we substitute it and we replace the parts with different parts.
You're going to Theseus' ship him to death?
Mhm.
One of the things I wanted, when I originally set foot in Malfeas, one of my original goals was to find a way to get rid of stop Iolda's oppression without killing him. Seeing as that became more and more difficult, I abandoned the original plan and went with what was available to me. But now you're telling me that his divine and geographical form can be interacted with as a physical object. And I feel like there was an idea I wanted to try.
I think I might be able to meet you halfway with my next slide, but finish your thought first.
What if we could change Iolda's brain literally from the inside?
And that is precisely what's on my next slide. Ball says, flipping over to, dealing with the second circles. This is what that would consist of. If we were to kill, incapacitate, or alter all of Iolda's second souls, either via the means discussed above, or via traditional violence against them, if we were able to find all 8 of them, then we would, if not kill Iolda, alter the second circle of She Who Lives in Her Name to the point when it won't be Iolda anymore. At which case I think we would all be pretty satisfied and happy. And would prove the point.
Right.
He writes that down under a third column of directly dealing with it instead of Barack bullshit.
Yeah. That's also part of what I wanted to do. I felt like, again, killing Iolda creates a bit of a power vacuum, but if we create another entity to fill that vacuum for us, then that solves both of our problems elegantly.
Precisely.
Yes. All right. Sounds good.
Now, does anyone else have any unkillable nightmare horrors they want to talk about in the panel so we can help this workshop keep going?
Oh, yes, actually,
Looks
I
at
do have one.
the Neverborn fan guy over there in the corner.
I was going to say the Neverborn out loud. Actually, no. What is the thing that's our big enemy right now? They brain work. You had them try to kill us. It was a Death Lord, right?
Oh, Fallen Star, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, there's someone named Fallen Star.
Well, from a name like that, I would assume some variety of death-focused entity.
Yes, Death Lord.
And that is the moment when, in the back... getting to my notes again. Emerald raises a hand about that. If I may take the microphone, I can give some feedback to that, and to the challenges that might face. Will you give her the microphone, Lythander?
Yes.
Okay. So the thing about the Neverborn is that... Now, you seek to kill the Death Lord, yes?
Yes.
The Neverborn will be more complicated, but at least I have an answer for you. I have no fucking idea how to deal with the Neverborn, but their servants, there is a concept. Now, the Neverborn or rather, the Death Lords are dead, but they've made some kind of powerful, complicated, world-shaking bargain with the Neverborn directly that makes it almost impossible to put them down directly. There is a Death Lord, by the way, the Dowager of Unrent Vales, I believe her name was. The dual monarchs of the underworld, the most powerful ghosts in existence, struck her down with all their might, and she reformed 7 years later. Damaged, but she came back from what was supposed to be a total, mote-by-mote, complete spiritual disintegration. That being said, if there's one thing I know about the laws of reality, immortality always has a catch. They have to have some kind of means through which they could be permanently unmade. The issue's finding it. The issue is, you could destroy her with enough physical force, I'm sure, if you corner her, but unless you have the exact bane, she will come back. You, my friend, are going to need to do a lot of research if you're going to want to put her down for good. New main quest unlocked! Find the mistletoe!
Yeah, pretty much.
Oddly enough, the Neverborn dude in the back showed no reaction to any of this. Alright. Well, is there anyone else? Anyone else who would have problems with some kind of unkillable immortality horror, perhaps? Perhaps their player may have muted themselves. We'll come back to them later.
Hello.
Yeah, what if we... Let's go back to that idea about getting the Yozi to kill the rest of the Yozi. Well, I doubt they would be able to directly interfere, as the House of Cards that is Malfeas at the moment. If they started fighting each other directly in the backyards with a proverbial shiv, then there is an instance in Malfean history where that did happen, shortly after their grand unjust imprisonment by the gods happened, and that was... There are not words in any language that could describe the devastation of such, and every single demon I've ever spoken to, and I've been here the longest out of any of all of you assholes, no one wants to talk about that. So let's not go into the direct poking of the sleeping dragon, shall we?
Alright.
It is at this point, Loki's eyes snap back from the unwoven coadjutor he was in. What if we decide not to kill Iolda? Ah, yes, you mean Aura's plan of, reshaping... No, I mean, not doing nothing and letting them heal. The whole point of this panel is that figuring out how to kill this asshole. He's the incarnation of tyranny and free will. Don't you want to deal with that? I mean, not if we can harness it. I want you to repeat what the fuck you just said in front of this whole room. What if we could bend the incarnation of tyranny to our heel and make it do our wills? So you do know what you said, you just refuse to understand the implications. Oh no, I understand the implications perfectly well, Loki says, just brushing a bit of dust off his collar. Get the fuck out of my panel. Okay.
Like that, they're gone.
Yep. They just walk out of the room, smirking in the meantime. Oromos's wings, what a fucking asshole. Now let's not revisit that topic again. From Emerald in the back, I think he may have spilled the beans to. Yes, I am well aware of what he was doing in the background. The point is that we, as a collective group, we are strong enough to get the job done in the face of external interference.
Right.
In terms of narrative sex, Loki just introduced a extra step in the venture.
Himself?
Fucking asshole.
Jerk.
I think that we are going to,
You know what? Fuck him.
That seems like everything left in the panel unless Chills,
You know what?
Chills
Fuck.
may have had to step away for a moment just from the fact they're muted right now, so
No,
we can revisit this scene
I'm
later.
here!
Okay, cool. I thought you had to go to the bathroom or something.
No, I was here. I didn't know I was muted!
Oh, shit! That's gonna be
Yeah,
an
it
interesting time
happens.
editing.
Well, anyway. Okay. Well. First of all, let's bureau breaking method that asshole right now. Fuck
Alright, cancels out the extra step.
Thank
him.
goodness.
Okay. Second, you mentioned that, I may have had
That was a note out of character as to, hey, this might help workshopping how to deal with El Dorado.
Ooh, well, yeah, that's true. I should write that down.
Yeah, he did open the floor for additional topics for the workshop.
I might have to chat with him about that.
Now would be the time if you want to do that.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go up to him. Hey! So...
yes, the killing blow. Glad to have you here.
Hello. Okay. So, in a past life, I may have created a weird, unending, endlessly rebuilding and expanding, Hell City, designed to keep people alive forever. It is currently...
An alarming amount of people in the room show a very subdued reaction of just nodding like, like you do.
Right. And, it's sealed in the ocean forever. Right about now. Forever eating itself. But I knew I was gonna have to deal with it someday. And I was thinking maybe this could be a way to workshop how to deal with it. I'm not so sure. We've worked some ideas before, and I've been trying to recall some of them. Rex, did we ever talk about some ideas on how to take down El Dorado from the inside again? What was it?
Yes, you would have had to, part of the mechanism keeping it in the hellscape that it is that there is a misfiring, what we would recognize as an AI, but it's the animated intelligence, the genus loci, the spirit of the city, you could call it.
Right.
You're gonna have to grab it by the fucking lapels and scream at it to fix it, shit.
Right.
As part of one of the major steps.
Mm-hmm.
As one of the other steps, though, you're going to need to do some magical geomancy of some kind in order to reshape the entire city. To either let people die or reincarnate them into gods, like with the anti-soul steal plan, or whatever means of solving this issue you decide on. In any case, some shit's gonna have to change in regards to the city's metaphysical structure.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this is, that's conveyed diegetically via Emerald's contribution in the back. Why don't you just, wild shape? Isn't that what caused the El Dorado thing in the first place? Yeah, I could fix it. As long as you don't fuck up.
Okay, what's that?
I think you would probably know she's working with incomplete information here. She does not know about the city having its own will and about it being A, eternally expanding. No, for real. It's a gray gold goo. And B, the magic stasis enchantment.
Yeah.
She wouldn't know about that.
Yeah, you're working with incomplete information there, doll. There's a lot of...
She actually bristles when you call her doll, but doesn't say anything. She visibly, has to hold herself up from doing something.
Oh, sorry. I guess that was a bit sexist. My bad.
Oh no, the sexism had nothing to do with it.
It's that they are an actual doll.
No,
if
that's
you didn't
not
realize
it either.
they had
It's
a doll
the ableism.
shaped on.
It's the ableism, if you must know.
Okay. I didn't know about that part. Alright.
Just don't do it again.
I'm sorry.
Well, do it twice.
Well, either way, you're working with incomplete information. There's several... for instance, El Dorado is entirely self-sufficient. The entire thing is designed to operate on its own. It expands eternally on its own, seeking out material to build itself from, independently of any wish from its host. It's sort of back in my old life, it was kind of running out of control. It took a lot of time to even seal the damn thing in the first place. We had to trap it in a logic loop, I think.
I see. Okay, so beyond basic wild shaping, you're going to have to deal with all of the above while it's fighting back. I see the issue now.
Yes, it's frightening, to say the least.
I think that after similar like waffling and other assorted questions from no, that's not gonna work, no, that's not gonna work, no, that's not gonna work, Baal will just raise his hand. It's like, we are running up on the time limit of this panel, I'm afraid, but if you so want, I could give you my I could give you a token so that you could keep in touch with me to further discuss. This does sound like something we need to take care of.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Alright, there would be... Emerald will also give you her card, so to speak, although with a bit of a dirty glare, because she's still kind of mad about that comment earlier.
I deserve that.
In fact, I don't think she would give it to you. She'd give it to Lythander. Or
Hey.
Gavel.
I deserve that. Okay.
Alright, no, before we go on to the next panel, I do ask, Gavel, you're taking any offers?
Gavel will not be taking any offers.
At the moment, okay.
Correct, yeah.
Not even Lythander's?
Indeed. She needs to ponder.
Yeah, surgical procedures are something you very much need to think over. This is the most true to life Exalted's ever been.
For real?
Holy shit. Medical ethics are very important even in a fantasy setting, guys. In any case, we probably have time for another half a panel before something else happens to end the night out with. Did anyone here want to hold a panel?
At least not this session, I can't think of.
Okay,
Doing
thankfully
Gavel's
there's 5
potential
days
panel.
for the convention, so you have plenty of time.
Yay.
Would you bother going to Loki's panel?
No.
Okay.
Probably not Loki's.
Alright. We can, instead of a panel, why don't we visit the vendor section?
Oh boy, the artist alley.
First up, immediately going to mention, stone statues you hear are screaming.
Oh. Are they screaming in different octaves depending on what shape they are?
Nope, they're all just screaming as a person trapped in stone, screaming in terror and fear and pain.
Ah.
It is a vendor exhibition for They Had It Coming, is the name of the exhibition. And, the person is marked as out to lunch.
They had it coming.
Yes, they did. At least per the exhibit's name. There is also a vendor segment from one PSU over in the corner. Selling what looks like... Is this motherfucker mass-producing flame pieces?
Yes.
Yeah, actually he is. As you walk by him, you see, like, a conveyor belt laid across from one hand to the other, and ever so slowly, you see what looks like a factory line assembling fire wands. Mundane, but still fucking fire wands. Weapons that are pretty rare in most of creation outside of the South. He's just fucking mass putting them together. And selling them. He just
Nice.
kind of glares at you as you walk by, because you did kind of fuck with his plans to summon Octavian earlier.
Good.
Anything you guys are looking for?
$20.
That currency doesn't exist in creation. Sorry, champ.
3 million schmeckles.
Nope, also not a thing.
Can I see your wares?
PSUs?
Yeah,
The fuck do you want?
to see your wares.
You already have a flame piece, one made of orichalcum, and thus something better than what I would be able to pump out mass production. You could make armor out of your own anima. I have seen you do that in the football before. What could I offer you that you don't already have? and wouldn't be wasting my time with.
Well, that's a good question, actually. Out of character.
Now, they won't just say no outright, but they will upcharge you to shit.
I believe in making amends. I think you'd be interested in a business proposal.
He's actively staying silent, but is making no motions to stop you.
Mhm.
I'd not been introduced to the alchemical ability to mass produce ware and its wares before. It's something that I feel would come in handy in terms of building infrastructure.
Oh yeah, you would know all about that, wouldn't you?
Quite. I don't quite have the time to go into detail about the process of construction, but me and a couple of my associates, and of course my friends, plan on doing something very interesting that you might find interesting too. It's a large project requiring a lot of investment that I am happy to be able to provide, but it also requires talent from a lot of different fields. And I believe with your help we might be able to achieve that. If you wanted to, it's a massive, something akin along the lines of a massive summoning network, crafted for the use of mortals, something akin to the Great Sorceress expansion.
Oh, I do know something that would be very helpful with that.
Indeed.
His name is Octavian, and he's in the shithole because of you.
You're welcome.
We both know that summoning Octavian and in such a large populated area was completely imprudent. It was a completely imprudent project. If anything, we're just glad that it all ended with the least amount of casualties possible. And second circle demons, and especially third circle demons, are not the kinds of people that you would ever want to mess with, much less use for your own gain. If at all possible, I would like to keep this project away from the hands of the Yozi. Considering how they treat humans, I think you know why.
I'm going to have to go ahead and ask you to do a persuasion on him with presence.
Okay. I did raise presence. That's good. 5 successes. I might try for a. I'll tap my minor intimacy of hatred of the High Yozi.
All right, go ahead and add that stunt then.
God damn it! Only 1 extra, so that's 6.
He only had it boosted to 6 in Solar's Wind Ties.
Yippee!
Now, I should note, persuading someone does take 2 successes over their resolve, and you only just met it with 1.
Right.
Let me double check exactly what that would. I think that means he would have to meet you halfway.
Let's see what else I can do here. All social. Oh yeah. Can I get harmonious presence meditation?
Yeah, that would get you the 2 you needed to succeed.
All right. Retrofit that
Mm-hmm.
for the 2 I needed to succeed.
You see, if I am going to help you with this folly, I would note, A, I'm not necessarily the person you're going to want to talk to. I am good at making things with my hands in the weave of wizardry. If you want public infrastructure, you would need to talk to the Orator.
Oh.
He's the one who's seeking to fully achieve the Metropolitan Ascension, you see.
Oh.
and I do have it on good authority, he or our fellow batchmate would be here in the city doing research onto it for his eventual final form.
All right.
You're going to want to talk with him about that, but before I have any kind of help with you, I want a fucking apology.
I'm sorry
For
you being a bitch.
for causing your summoning your binding ritual to go awry, thereby creating a position where. Hold on, let me make the words. Sorry for causing your summoning ritual to go awry, thereby causing the conditions by which Octavian almost annihilated an entire city by himself.
Thank you. If you had let me do that, then it would have gone off without a hitch. Narrator's voice, it would not have gone off without a hitch. He makes you fucking fill one of these out.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
If you actually want to fill this out, then you don't have to, but it'd be really fucking funny. Alright, after you fill out the fucking apology form, even if you feel sorry about that, there is still the issue of infrastructure. What are you going to be using to build this?
Now that is a good question. Did we
You
ever
want to make a... This is going to be either an embassy or a war roll that anyone in the group can make.
Oh.
Difficulty 7.
Ooh. Gavel's here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'll also make an embassy roll because two people rolling is better than one. Alright.
One could be an aid action to the other.
I'll go ahead and aid with a 5 success aid.
Yep.
On 13 dice.
So Gavel,
Yes,
you can add 3 more dice onto whatever war roll you make.
All right.
For
What attribute?
Strategizing. This is gonna be force.
Force. Okay. So and this is a war roll, so I'll use an excellency for that.
Yeah.
7 successes.
That succeeds.
Yay!
Excellent.
This is as mentioned with the planning session with Ouroboros and Sky Sundering Shadow. This would require a solar circle working in order to get the Tulpa engine up and running. It would require a massive creation spanning feat of first age level infrastructure. You know of something like that being constructed by your greatest enemy, don't you? There is a possibility, if you hijack and retrofit the Loom of Doom that a Death Lord created for you, the ghost of a first-age sidereal. If you do that, then... and use, perhaps, the Brain of Aurora that was previously mentioned as the magical material, as the magical infrastructure and fuel needed for that, you could turn the fucking Loom of Doom into the Tulpa creation to reshape reality to get what Aura wants.
Huh.
I want to hear what Gavel has to say about that in character, though.
This could be a very messy scheme. But I think if we're able to do it, it could be the best result. And then I relay the plan to Aura.
What if we turn the Torment Nexus into the Smiley Face Nexus? Turn that frown upside down, cosmic, metaphysically.
Pretty much.
Well, I suppose that could be knocking 2 birds out with 1 stone.
PSU face palms when he hears this. You hear what you're fucking saying, yes?
I'm very aware of the words that I'm saying, yes.
That is so cosmically stupid.
It might
and
just
yet
work.
it's the only... I hate that you beat me to saying that. Yes, it is the only feasible means that I can imagine via my star metal circuits that are working overtime right now. I am looking at 4 trillion different timelines, and that's the only method that could work.
Wow. There's not a lot of timelines, is there?
That's all I could get in the span of this conversation. I would be able to do more if I had more time to meditate.
That's fair.
But it is the best case scenario we have.
Endgame quest unlocked.
Turn the torment engine into the good engine.
Turn that frown upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Or to shorten it, Operation Pagliacci.
That also works just as well.
But Doctor, the fallen star says, bursting into tears, I am the doom. We've been going for pretty long, and this is the end of my notes, so let's leave off on a to be continued stinger for next time, especially because we might be recording sooner than usual just to get more shoulder content set up in the near future. And to hopefully get this done before the end of the year.
Indeed.
Woo! It's only... What do you mean? We have like 11 months left!
Almost 10 months.
Yeah. Alright.
So, it's odd that you might be able to conceal all of the Ashen ones in a single jail cell. Normally you would be thinking, yes?
But what if they were fused together to create
But
a
what if
single
they were...
Ashen one?
Less fused and more, they have been quantum superpositions stacked on top of each
Also, they're
other.
remember, they're no longer the Ashen ones, they're the Deadites, right?
No, that's
wrong.
the other way around.
Yeah. They were the Deadites. They are now the Ashen ones.
Yes, to avoid copyright infringement.
Indeed.
Anyway, no one is happy with this arrangement. There is a bunch of crying Ashen One children who are very much not happy about being stacked on top of their parents and about occupying the same physical space. There is a figure in the corner glowing with a soft magenta light.
Magenta.
This is the best I could do, given that I literally only just exalted. The betrayal of your space on top of each other is the best that I could do in order to protect you from Iolda. He could brainwash all of you at once, but he can't brainwash one of you if you're all temporarily the same person. Yes, I said temporarily, quit your belly aching and whining. Stand aside, the exorcist of betrayal has more work to do. Lythander starts sneezing violently. There's the punchline.
Oh, goodness.
As if this con wasn't gonna be fucking chaotic enough, you literally have Treason Boss in the wing somewhere doing heroic for now shit, but the problem with being the champion of the concept of betrayal is that at best your powers are very flaky.
Mm-hmm.
So, next time, more of HellCon. But before more of HellCon, we have to thank our patrons.
Woo!
Our dear patrons.
Thank you very much to GB and Storm for supporting us at the 6-sided dice tier that we very smartly named the 4-sided dice tier.
Thank you!
A good chunk of our funds are going to paying for our editor, who is in a real fucking rough spot. I may post a link to his game alongside the link to the most recent episode, because he needs help dealing with a bunch of crises that are not my place to talk about.
Alright.
Hopefully in the next few weeks he will get his computer back so he can start doing editing again. In the meantime, I'm taking up the mantle again temporarily, but that's neither here nor there. Thank you for supporting us, and thank you for helping to keep this podcast going via affording to pay for editors. Next time, more of the HellCon and more of the mysterious doom waiting at the center of the HellCon from all of these 15 different clown cars crashing into each other.
Yay.
See you guys next time.
See you then. Thank you for listening to FateBreakers. We here at the Action Economy crew are proud to bring you this and other AP content, like Tomb of the Red Giant, the first half of our complete JoJo's Bizarre Adventure AP, as well as Rune Runners, our Icon AP. We'll also have a Patreon by the time you hear this. If you like what you've heard so far, feel free to drop us a little bit of money if you can afford to do so, and we could bring you even more content in the future. APs live and die by word of mouth, so if you liked us, please drop us a follow, like, share, retweet, whatever you could think of to help us out. We are excited to bring you more bi-weekly content in 2 weeks from now for the next FateBreakers, and other episodes time permitting. See you then.